People find it difficult to identify an extroverted people pleaser, but they have a hard time identifying someone who stays quiet and moves to their beat. Even if they don't always make their presence felt, the Sigma INFJs nonetheless have an impact on their surroundings. The following 7 factors make it hard to identify a Sigma INFJ in a crowd. 7. They are able to adjust and fit in with social settings. Due to their keen awareness, Sigma INFJs are able to become social chameleons by seamlessly modifying their tone, manner, and communication style to fit the dominant social setting. Genuineness and intimate connections are highly valued by Sigma INFJs. Although they are socially adaptive, their main objective is to build sincere relationships rather than pursue attention or acceptance. Their conversations are real and authentic because they value content over pretense. These people have a remarkable capacity to blend in with the group when engaging in social activities. They don't want attention or continual affirmation from other people. Rather, they find contentment in relating to a small number of people who value their complexity and genuineness. Additionally, Sigma INFJs have a strong feeling of independence. Their sense of self-worth and identity are not determined by their interactions with others. They can navigate through crowds thanks to their self-sufficiency and lack of constant desire for validation or acceptance from others. Thus, the versatility and social chameleon qualities of Sigma INFJs attest to their capacity to handle a wide range of social circumstances with poise and elegance. Their ability to create deep connections and stay true to themselves in the middle of the complexity of human interaction is what really makes them valuable, even though they may fit in with the crowd with ease. Because their presence is characterized by the depth and honesty they bring to their relationships rather than by their visibility, they become fascinating and mysterious figures in any gathering. 6. They are astute observers. Rather than actively participating in the commotion of a crowd, Sigma INFJs prefer to observe and listen. They do best in the background. They are able to preserve composure and vitality despite the sensory overload of a busy atmosphere. Because of their introverted character, they are happy to watch in silence, taking in the little things that most people miss. Additionally, Sigma INFJs have a natural curiosity and need for information. They are captivated by the complex web of relationships and conduct among people. They are able to identify patterns, motives, and emotions in the people and situations around them thanks to their intuitive talents. They are adept at interpreting nonverbal clues and figuring out the underlying dynamics of a situation. Sigma INFJs are adept at deciphering complex information. Crowds provide a plenty of data to digest, and they flourish in settings where there are layers of information to go through. Their analytical prowess is demonstrated by their ability to blend in with the intricacy of a crowd. Genuineness is highly valued by Sigma INFJs as well. They like to look for real connections and are wary of superficial conversations. Due to this tendency, individuals frequently hover around the periphery of social gatherings, waiting for the chance to strike up a genuine discussion as opposed to striking up a superficial small chat. 5. They think superficiality is disgusting. To avoid wasting energy on pointless interactions, Sigma INFJs would rather stay out of the spotlight and observe the dynamics of the crowd from the periphery. Sigma INFJs are highly skilled in spotting dishonesty and inauthenticity on other people. They are able to tell whether someone is trying to blend in or wears a mask. They stand out from the throng even more because they are unwilling to put up with the act of superficiality. These people frequently look for complexity and substance in their interactions and relationships. They are attracted to people who share their interests and ideals and favor quality over quantity in their social ties. Their natural tendency pulls them away from the surface-level interactions that characterize congested areas. Sigma INFJs also take comfort in reflection and alone time. They don't need regular reinforcement or stimulation from outside sources because they are happy with their thoughts. They can just withdraw into their inner world in a crowded setting, where they can find fulfillment and significance there without having to interact socially. So, one thing that makes Sigma INFJs stand out in a crowd is their contempt for superficiality. Even if they might not chase attention, their presence is distinguished by honesty and depth, which are uncommon in a society where superficiality is sometimes the norm. 4. They oppose societal trends and standards. Natural nonconformists, Sigma INFJs. They have a deep distaste for the customs and fads that shape society, and frequently dictate what people should value and how they should behave. Rather than following these conventions, they carve out their own route, led by their moral compass and personal principles. Because of their aversion to fitting in, they stand out from the crowd quite a bit. Sigma INFJs are steadfast in their devotion to being real. They value staying true to who they are over conforming to social norms. Their choice of actions and modes of expression frequently defy popular culture as a result of their sincerity. Their unwillingness to sacrifice who they really are in order to fit in with social norms is demonstrated by their resistance to conformity. These people frequently find themselves questioning the current quo. They are inherently disruptive of tradition due to their independent thinking and willingness to challenge accepted wisdom. They have the ability to see outside the confines of society norms and are not hesitant to forge their own path, even if it means defying the flow. 3. They are independent in nature. Although they value deep relationships, Sigma INFJs often enjoy spending time reflecting and going within. They can find contentment and tranquility within themselves by withdrawing into their inner world even in the middle of a busy throng because of their self-contained character. For Sigma INFJs, self-improvement and self-discovery are paramount. They frequently embark on a deliberate path of self-improvement and are dedicated to gaining a profound insight of who they are. Because of their pursuit of self-awareness, they are less concerned with success markers or external recognition, which helps them blend in with a crowd that is motivated by outside validation. Additionally, Sigma INFJs have a distinct sense of self-determination. Rather than following expectations from others, they are motivated by their own internal goals and motives. Because they are self-directed, they are able to follow their own path in life without being influenced by the thoughts or opinions of others. Therefore, a distinguishing quality that makes Sigma INFJs difficult to find in a crowd is their self-contained nature. Their resistance to the demands of external validation and conformity is exemplified by their independence, comfort in solitude, dedication to self-discovery, and self-determination. Their presence is characterized by a calm strength and a strong sense of self that remains constant despite the demands of the crowd, even though they might not actively seek attention. 2. They decide to divulge some, keeping the rest under wraps. When in a crowded place, Sigma INFJs retain their innermost sentiments and ideas to themselves, sharing them with very few people. These people have a strong inner circle of protection. They are aware of the need to protect their feelings and vulnerabilities, as well as the value of privacy. This protective exterior acts as a barrier, keeping close friends and acquaintances from prying into their innermost feelings and thoughts. Sigma INFJs excel at being subtle in a busy setting. They have the ability to subtly and nuancedly transmit deep concepts and emotions, making it difficult for anyone in a crowd to discern their genuine feelings and thoughts. Their capacity to communicate subtly gives them a mysterious, complex aura that is often missed by the untrained eye. Additionally, Sigma INFJs value connections depth greatly. They would rather have a small number of close relationships than many loose ones. Because of this tendency, people are more inclined to seek out deep, one-on-one discussions in quieter settings than to participate in meaningless small talk in a busy setting. 1. They are difficult to classify. Sigma INFJs don't let labels or stereotypes from society limit them. They are inherently opposed to being cast into preconceived roles or classifications. Rather, they accept their multifaceted character, which enables them to show themselves in ways that are difficult to classify and transcend the constraints of labels. Sigma INFJs frequently exhibit characteristics and actions that seem inconsistent to outside observers. They might display introverted traits in some circumstances and extroverted inclinations in others. Attempts to classify or predict their actions are further complicated by the fluidity of their expression and conduct. These people follow their inner guidance system instead of following social norms when they are in a crowded environment. They act on their gut feelings and intuition, which may cause them to make decisions that others around them find unusual or unexpected. What distinguishes them is their dedication to pursuing their own path instead of fitting in with social conventions. Another talent of Sigma INFJs is their ability to keep others guessing. They take great pleasure in the mystique and fascination that accompany being erratic and nonconformist. Because of their unpredictable nature, which frequently defies straightforward classification and expectations, it is almost impossible for others to identify them in a crowd. How do you, as a Sigma INFJ, seamlessly transition from introversion to extroversion depending on the circumstance? Finding a Sigma INFJ in a crowd is like discovering a hidden gem, since they are a rare and elusive breed. Even though they might not chase attention, their influence is frequently felt in the deep and meaningful bonds they create with those who are lucky enough to get to know them well. Is it hard for a Sigma INFJ to recognize a good or terrible thing? Which of your traits do you believe are the rarest?